Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Camila aka CamiSimming and welcome to this new speed build. As you can see, today we're building in Strangerville and we're actually building a kind of a normal family home in a Victorian sort of style. So because I don't know, the hill that's like located in Strangerville at the top, like at the top of the map, if that makes sense. I don't know, it feels like it's perfect if filled with a lot of Victorian houses. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. And we're building a blue Victorian because I don't know, I had this idea in mind of this huge Victorian house with a strong blue color scheme, and so this is the theme, let's say the general theme of this house. The family is not very thought. I don't know how to say it. I didn't think about them very much. I know some of their traits and so on, but it's not the family is not the main focus of this house today. So yeah, I hope that's okay with you. As you can see, I didn't find the actual blue color that I was hoping. In the end, I went for a spotty wallpaper, which kind of did its job. It wasn't the perfect color that I had in mind, but I had to work with it. It was the best option. And yeah, so we're using that wallpaper on the whole house. We will be turning the roof to a more kind of golden light brown tone, because I don't know, light brown and blue are perfect together, in my opinion. And I don't know, they also look very rustic and very kind of autumnal also. I don't know why. Yeah, and I had to fiddle a ton with the exterior because I liked the general shape, but then when it came to doing the floor plan, I was a bit I struggled with it a little bit, so I had to rearrange everything. The kitchen was too small. There wasn't as you can see now, the upstairs is bigger than the downstairs and it doesn't make a lot of sense because upstairs we only have the bedrooms and 1 or 2 bathrooms normally, and downstairs we have everything else, so the living, the dining room and the kitchen. And since it was a kind of a luxurious house, I didn't want the kitchen and the dining room to be all in one space. I wanted this house to feel luxurious also from the inside and not only from the outside. So yeah, I had to rearrange the dimensions, the sizes. Yeah, that's the word, the sizes of everything a little bit. But in the end, I managed to fit everything that I wanted to, even something more. Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Every single bedroom has its own ensuite, which is a lot of stuff. And there's also a half bathroom downstairs, right next to the entrance door, because it's a pet peeve on mine. I have to have at least a bathroom on every floor. It's because I have I have a family home next to a lake. It's kind of an older house. Used to be my grandparents' summer home, let's say, and there I don't have a bathroom downstairs, and we'll complain about it always. My mom used to complain about it a lot when we were kids, so I kind of grew up with this idea that we have to have at least a bathroom on every floor, which makes sense. I think it's something right to think. Of course, it's we're talking about bathrooms and not human rights, so you can have an opinion on this. But yeah, So now when I build in The Sims, I want to include as many bathrooms as I possibly can. So we end up with 4 bathrooms, and yeah, every room has its own ensuite, which I thought it was pretty cool. Also a bit like maybe exaggerated, but I had the space, and I didn't want the bedrooms to feel uneven. I wanted them to be kind of similar in size. Not the master bedroom, of course, but the other two. The family that lives here, as I told you, is not like very focused. It's not very, I don't know, very clear in my mind. It's just a kind of normal family. We have 2 parents and 2 teens, so maybe the parents are also on the older side of the lifespan. I don't know. Yeah, so we have 3 double beds in here, so theoretically you could fit in like 6 Sims. Although one of the beds is like against the wall, so yeah, it depends if the scooting over trick works for you. I don't know. But this is the kitchen. I went for a very fancy look. We also have kind of a laundry nook here. It's not huge, but I think it's like a fair size. It's not too big, it's not too small. And I cluttered the surface a little bit, especially here where the appliances are. And on the other side we have the sink under the window, and of course another of those bay window seats that I was like talking to you about and I warned you about, because yeah, I used a ton of them in my recent builds. Actually, this build was supposed to go up on Monday, but then I didn't have the time to edit it, so I prefer to upload the other one, the Sulani Modern House, because it was like a little bit like shorter. But yeah, I think that we're done with the whole bay window seats situation for now, because in the other houses that I'm working on, I don't plan on using them. So yeah, you can be sure that I won't use them or something like that. I know that it doesn't make sense, but yeah. Usually I try to like not repeat myself when I use stuff. Like if I use this table here in this build, I try not to use it, and I try to remember when I use it. Like I think that last time I used this table here was in the Scandinavian family home. Yeah, I'm not so sure, but I try to think about these things because I don't want to repeat myself too much. And here I felt like a very smart simmer, because I wanted to do that trick with the mirrors inside one of those painting frames, but it only works with the one of the vampires paintings, and I don't have the vampires pack. So I wanted to see if it worked also with some other paintings, but it didn't. So instead of deleting the whole thing and going on, I tried to make my own custom mirror, and I felt a lot like Julia builds when she creates the most wonderful furniture. Okay, it's just a mirror, so it's not so amazing, but I felt pretty original and pretty smart. So it doesn't use the tool mod, it's just like the move objects cheat. So yeah, but I felt very creative, so I'm very pleased about it, because also I think it gives the room a more modern touch, because it was pretty classy and pretty traditional without it. So yeah, and for example, here I see that I'm using this rug here, and it's the same rug that I'm using in the current house that I'm building, so it kind of bothers me. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of bothers me, but it's just a rug. It's just like something personal. It's not something that bothers me if I see it in others' builds. I don't know, probably no one notices it in my builds either, so I don't know, it's just something that has to do with me, and it's my problem, not yours. So here the living room is more modern than the rest of the downstairs, and the rest of the house in general is more like, it's more mid-century modern. And I used that thing from Perfect Patio that looks like, that holds some tools that you would use to, I don't know, to work around a fireplace, which I think is pretty nice. I size it up usually, and I place it there next to the fireplace, as I did here. I'm gonna be honest, the first time that I saw it, I honestly thought it was supposed to be that stuff that you see next to fireplaces. It didn't occur to me that that pack comes with a barbecue, so it was probably like something that had to do with a barbecue rather than a fireplace. But I just realized when it snapped onto counters. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but yeah, what am I gonna do about it? Nothing. Sometimes, yeah, I'm kind of silly, I don't know. Probably it happens to everyone. Like, some moments in life when you think about something and it's completely dumb, and then you are like, why did I think about that? What was I thinking? Was I like drunk or dumb? And I wasn't drunk for sure, so I'm probably just a bit silly sometimes. The landscaping here, of course, it's gonna be very kind of tropical. I don't know how to, like, not tropical, like deserty, like I added a lot of flowers actually, and a lot of greenery in general, so it's not a dry landscaping, it's very lush. But yeah, just because I like lush landscaping, so I don't usually do that kind of deserty landscaping. Maybe just in Oasis Springs, where the sand, those lots where the sand is, so where with no grass or something like that. And I use a ton of debug stuff because, I don't know, I was experimenting a little bit, and I find myself experimenting with debug a ton lately, especially when it comes to landscaping and backyards, yeah, and gardens in general, because we have a ton of interesting like fences and debug stuff, and I think it's pretty cool and pretty nice to like experiment a little bit, because after a while the furniture in game becomes not boring, but like, you know, everything, and you want to like broaden your horizons, if that's something that you can say in English, I don't know. But here I'm adding a third floor, like an actual third floor that you can access from one of the teens' bedroom, because I built this tower here, and I like thought about adding a third floor and then forgot about it, and so here I'm doing it for like, I'm actually doing it, and it's gonna be like an art studio, which I think it's so cool. I would love to have such a room. It's a bit claustrophobic, so if you don't like small spaces, it would probably not be the best for you. And here, of course, I'm adding another bay window seat, because yeah, I couldn't refrain. I was like, it's the perfect spot there, so I couldn't avoid adding one, if that makes sense. And yeah, so I think that I won't be showing all the bathrooms in this video, because for once I realized it would have been a little bit too much, because they are very, very similar, and they are a ton. There are more bathrooms than bedrooms actually, so yeah. This is one of the teens' bedrooms, as I said, and this teen here is very into flowers and into art, kind of like crafty art, so painting and knitting, while the other teen is also into art, but more into music and into photography. And I decided that both of them are like, were born as females, but one of them like doesn't identify with this gender, it's kind of, they are non-binary, if I can say it. I think that is the correct word. Yeah, and I hope that I'm not saying something stupid about it, because I don't know personally people who identify as non-binary, so yeah, I hope I'm not saying something dumb, and if I do, please tell me, because I don't want to mess things up, because I don't want to seem like superficial or something like that, or even just stupid or offensive. So yeah, if I say something dumb, let me know. As always, actually, not just in this case, if I say something stupid, please let me know, because I don't want to be seen as someone who says dumb stuff on YouTube. So, and probably this is a dumb thing to say, but yeah, let's go on. As you can see, the room is kind of, I think that probably the parents wanted like furnish it with a girl in mind, but the person who actually sleeps here wants their bedroom to represent their personality a little bit better, so they added some touches of what they actually like. So we see like that pink rug and kind of more feminine stuff, and also more general stuff, like this very cool armchair, and also all those posters and paintings on the wall. I think they are so cool, and I like that bedroom a lot, because even though it doesn't have a tower with an art easel in it, it's actually pretty cool in my opinion, and I was like pretty pleased with this idea that I had about a non-binary person, because yeah, since I don't know anyone in real life, probably it could have like I don't know how to say it, but yeah, what I want to say is that I want to be like diverse in the houses that I build, and not because I don't know personally anyone who identifies as non-binary, I don't have to build something for them. So yeah, this was a very hard concept for me to express, so I hope that I was clear. And this is the parents' bedroom. Of course, it's very blue, because at this point I was like, yeah, but this is supposed to be a blue house, so probably the parents love blue. And yeah, so their bedroom, it's not like overly blue, it's not too much blue, but there are a lot of touches of blue basically everywhere, and also the tiles in the various bathrooms are also blue. So yeah, because probably they furnished the house and they got to choose everything and the color of everything. So another part that I like a ton about this house is, and by the way, I added like the flag, the non-binary flag, and I hope that's the right one, because I looked it up because I didn't want to mess things up. And this is like a study nook, because I had a ton of space here upstairs and I didn't want to add an extra bathroom because it didn't make a lot of sense. So it's kind of a study nook, and we have a computer and a free chair, let's say, and I put there a diary and a journal, I think that's the right name, and some clutter, just something like that. I think that one of the parents is like a writer. Yes, now that I remember, I did think about it. Probably they write about the Strangerville weird stuff that happens here. So yeah, that's what they do. And the other parent, I don't know what they do for a living. So I'm decorating the balconies now. They are very simple, and I also kind of like how the backyard turned out. I don't know, it was like super fun to build. I used a lot of unconventional items, like unconventional tiles and some weird combination of fences, and I was so happy about it. So yeah, and just to like keep you updated on my personal life, because I don't know, lately something interesting happened. because my life isn't usually so interesting. But I graduated on Wednesday. It's not like actually the graduation ceremony, but yeah, I discussed my thesis with my professor and another professor, and they did say that I did a good job and that I write very well and that I was very autonomous in the work that I had to do, and I was so proud of myself. And I was so happy, like, seeing my mom very proud of me, and some friends came and visited me, like, afterwards, and they had flowers with them, and it was so nice, like, to see them all happy for me. And also my ex-boyfriend, which is kind of my boyfriend, I don't know how to say it, but it's complicated, but yeah, he came to my house with like some red roses, and it was so cute, and he was so sweet, and I don't know, I was so happy on Wednesday. And yeah, I wanted to share it with you because lately it's been like a very stressful period for me, and I was like on the edge of a mental breakdown, and I'm not kidding, like I don't joke about these things actually. So when I say it, like, I mean it, and I was so stressed out. And I don't know, this evening that I spent with my family and with my friends that came, like, they surprised me, and I was so happy. I don't know. Yeah, and I think we're basically done with the build. So if you did like it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.